What is going on, everybody? Howard Bender here. It's NFL Week 15 fantasy playoffs, baby. That's right. Well, for most leagues, there might be another league out there somewhere that this still has this as its regular season. But for the most part, welcome to the fantasy football playoffs. And it's time to take a look at the fantasy football waiver wire. Now, you should have already solidified your roster heading into the playoffs. But if not, we definitely have some plays for you both here and over at the website, fantasyalarm.com. Our good friend Andrew Cooper has his must adds, his streamers, and his stashes. But for our purposes here, I always like to throw you a couple of little extra guys in there, or at least just some preliminary looks as you get ready to make some waiver claims for this week. And it'll start off at the quarterback position. Believe it or not, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's right. We're going to start with Aaron Rodgers here. He not only has to go up against Jacksonville this coming week, but let's face facts. Rodgers is all about pride right now. He just threw for 300-plus yards. He's got weapons in Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson, and the pride is going to drive him to finish the season stronger. So going up against the Jaguars, this should be a fun one here as he exits the New York scene. We'll also look at Caleb Williams going up against the Minnesota Vikings this week. He's still a work in progress, but he's got great weapons. Minnesota's pass defense has had some issues, and Caleb Williams can definitely prove that he's not the choke artist Kirk Cousins is. And then if you want a real deeper look, maybe for some super flex, Jake Haener from the New Orleans Saints going up against the Washington Commanders. He's taking over for Derek Carr, who I believe broke his hand. And now he faces this soft Washington secondary. Benjamin St-Juste, everybody. How many times do I have to say it? At the running back spot, Patrick Taylor, San Francisco 49ers. He might be taking over for Isaac Guerendo, who I believe has a foot sprain and might not be available in Week 15. Well, we know about the system here in San Francisco. We know what it did for Christian McCaffrey, what it did for Jordan Mason, what it did for Isaac Guerendo. Why not Patrick Taylor? We'll also look at Sincere McCormick of the Las Vegas Raiders. He's auditioning for next season. He's seeing some good volume right now. He's averaging 72 rushing yards per game over the last 2 weeks. And now he faces the Atlanta Falcons, who are giving up 121 yards per game on the ground. And then also, if you want a nice little stash here, Kendry Miller from the New Orleans Saints. He is the direct handcuff to Alvin Kamara. Head coach Darren Rizzi really likes him, and he's working him into the game plan. So there's actually some potential standalone value here if you're really hurting at the position. At wide receiver, Tim Patrick. It feels like chasing because of his 2-touchdown game, but he is the third receiver in Detroit. He's getting more targets and red zone looks, and he's just a good depth guy to have, as Detroit might start looking to rest some people towards the end. I also want to look at Joshua Palmer from the Los Angeles Chargers. Just monitor the injury to Ladd McConkey. Palmer saw 9 targets in McConkey's absence. He caught 6 for 78, and they've got Tampa Bay coming up next. And we all know that we attack Tampa Bay through the air. And then finally at the tight end position, I'll shout out to Andrew Cooper for more detailed analysis showing up on fantasyalarm.com. But Stone Smart, the big tight end for the Los Angeles Chargers. Will Dissly suffered an injury, left the game. We saw Smart take over and see some work. I'll tell you what, man, if Dissly's injury lingers, Stone Smart against the Bucks, who can't cover the tight end or control the middle of the field, he's going to be a fantastic little under-the-radar sleeper play. Again, go check out everything we've got over at fantasyalarm.com. Andrew Cooper's articles, the DFS playbook, everything you need to succeed and win that championship. I'm Howard Bender from Fantasy Alarm. We'll catch you next time.